Hello and welcome to the channel Political Science Chit Chat. Today we are going to discuss a short view about the concept of good governance. As we all know, the concept of governance is not new. It's as old as human civilization. To put it simply, governance means the process of decision making and the process by which decisions are implemented. Then, governance can be used in several contexts, such as corporate governance, international governance, national governance, and local governance. Then, we are going to discuss how government related to governance. So basically, government is a body that comprises a persons or a group of who run the administration of a country. Government is just an instrument for the purpose of governance. This is a means in which power is exercised, the process of governing people on a state called governance. Government is a body through which the physical exercise of polity is done by governance. There are three major components of governance are first one is legitimacy of government. Second one is accountability of political and official element of government. Third one is respect for human rights and rule of law. Then we are going to discuss briefly the concept of good governance. Good governance is a term used to describe how public institutions conduct public affairs and manage public resources for the realization of social justice, welfare missions, and human rights. It aims at providing public resources and equitably to the citizens. The concept of governance was for the first time highlighted in a World Bank document on Sub-Saharan Africa from the crisis to sustainable growth in 1989. In 1992, World Bank published a report entitled Governance and Development where it set out the definitions of good governance. According to World Bank, some of the key attributes required for good governance are political stability, accountability, civil liberty, rule of law, independence of judiciary, control of corruption. Then the four pillars of good governance are first one is ethos, second one is ethics, third one is equity, and the last one is efficiency. The ethos means the service of to citizen. Ethics means honesty, integrity, and transparency. Equity means treating all citizens equally. And the last one is efficiency. It means speedy and effective delivery of service. Then we discuss the important characteristics of good governance are first one is participation. Here all men and women should have a voice in decision making either directly or through legitimate intermediate institutions that represent their interest. Such broad participations is built on freedom of association and speech as well as capacity to participate constructively. The second one is rule of law. Here, legal framework should be fair and enforced impartially, particularly the law of human rights. The third one is transparency. Here, transparency is built on the free flow of informations, process, institution, and information are directly accessible to those concerned with them, and enough information is provided to understand and monitor them. The fourth one is responsiveness. Here, institution and process try to serve all stakeholders. The fifth one is conscious orientation. Good governance mediate differing interest to reach a broad consensus on what is the best interest of the group and where possible on policies and procedure. The sixth is all men and women have opportunities to improve or maintain their well-being, that is equity. The seventh is effectiveness and efficiency. Here, process of an institution produce results that meet need while making the best use of resources. Then, accountability. Decision maker in government, the private sector and civil society organizations are accountable to the public as well as to institutional stakeholders. This accountability differ depending on the organization and whether the decision is internal or external to an organization. And the last one is strategic vision. Here, leader and the public have a broad and long-term perspective on good governance and human development, along with a sense of what is needed for such development. There is also an understanding of the historical, cultural, and social complexity in which that perspective is grounded. Then, good governance in the context of India. Good governance as Rajadharma in ancient and epic period. Also found in ancient Indian scriptures such as Santi Prabha in Mahabharata, Panini's Ashtadhyayi, Valmiki's Ramayana, and especially Kautilya's Arthashastra. Arthashastra, while highlighting the principles of good governance, declare in the happiness of the people lies king happiness. The concept good governance gain importance in Indian with the liberalization of Indian economy in 1991. The 10th, 11th, and 12th 5-year plan signifies the essential growth and well functioning of society through good governance. Former Prime Minister and Bharat Ratna recipient Atal Bihari Vajpayee's 90th birthday on 25th December 2014 was observed as National Good Governance Day. Hence, 25th will be observed as National Good Governance Day each year. Now, we are moved to question and answer session. The first question is which of the following are characteristics of good governance? Option A is rule of law, option B is transparency, option C is equity and inclusive, option D is all the above. Please give your answer in comment box. Then we move to the second question. The concept of good governance assume significance since 1990s with the publications of which of the following respect by the World Bank. Option A is governance and development. Option B sub-Saharan African from crisis to sustainable growth. Option C governance and sustainable growth. And option D both A and B. Then third question. Which of the following are not placed under four pillar of good governance? Option A is ethos, option B is equity, option C is ethics, option D effectiveness. Then fourth question is Rajadharma refers to option A code of conduct or the rule of law which is supreme for the ruler. Option B is rights of the ruler to enjoy absolute power. Option C is duty of the ruler as a Kshatriya. Option D is religion followed by a ruler and his followers. The fifth question is a government may be classified as a good government if meets which of the following criteria. Option A is responsiveness, option B is transparency, Option C is accountability, and option D is all the above. Please give your answer in comment box. अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आई तो लाइक कीजिए, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और वीडियो को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर कीजिए। थैंक यू एंड थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग।